Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Greg Olson set to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
Take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
And the 49er first down.
Watch out!
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. That is caught downfield by Pearsall. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets, and he continues to make plays like that. Their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And the Giants are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
We talked at the start of the game, Mike, the energy in this stadium, and now after that early turnover, it's certainly not going to help quiet this crowd. They clearly came into this game facing an uphill battle, and they've made it here even harder on themselves with that early turnover.
Got room at the 30, past midfield. And he is out of bounds, but there is a flag down, and we may erase that one. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Dart. That's complete to his running back, Israel Abanikanda. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21. That's good for a Giants first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A give. Here's Benson. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
43-yard line.
Dart going to throw here on 2nd down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And the Niners are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception.
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
The tight end motioning left here. Back near the goal line. It's Purdy. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, first points on the board, and the lead is now the bizarre score of 2-0.
Well, Mike, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. I mean, for a safety to be the first points of a ball game is pretty uncommon, but a great job there by the defense, capitalizing on the field position and coming away with the 2.
And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready, break.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And this one's going to be intercepted. It's L'Jarius Sneed. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18.
Out of shotgun. It's Dart. Rolling right. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
A 1st down throw for Purdy. The man, that is Jordan Watkins. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
And the 49er first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Giants are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Purdy's pass intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
To the air on 2nd down. Jeffrey Simmons getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, And it's third down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
27-yard line.
Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack. 1 quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing is Dart. He'll complete that to his fullback. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you got the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
Out of the gun, third down. It's Dart. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Dart. Forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To the air again goes Dart. Here's a screen set up for Benson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
And a Giants first down. First and 10.
On first and 10, here's Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Niners'
Dart.
41-yard line.
The second down throw is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Looking to throw. It's Dart on the run to the right. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This officially a 58-yard attempt. No issues there. This one is good. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
14 yards.
That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Purdy. That's into the hands of the fullback. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Purdy now on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. Completes a Pearsall. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, 49ers.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've connected on this drive. And 19 yards out of this one.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the handoff, this is Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Second and 10. Now Purdy. Throwing the out route, and Ayuk has it. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
49er first down. 1st and goal, San Francisco.
Back to throw. Purdy. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
That one, take it in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick six the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
Here's Purdy again. That'll be caught. And he is not able to get to the goal line, so they stop him, cannot bump the lead up to 3. It remains a 1-point game. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
19, guard, 79, cut 19, cut 19. Dragon 60.
Operating from the gun, it's Dart. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 11. And the Giants first
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Trey Benson, the intended target, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Dart gonna throw it again. He's gonna take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And his offense is gonna be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. He'll find the open man. That's Watkins.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. A pickup there of 25 yards. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Throwing again is Purdy. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Fairbairn set to kick off.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A return now from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Linebacker Troy Anderson there to make the play.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
We are set for the second half kickoff. One of these teams ready to book a date in the NFC Championship game next week. And we are back at it with the third quarter. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
22-yard line.
Here's Dart on 1st and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
It's a pretty simple read. It's man coverage. They run a little interference on the inside, and that makes it hard for the defender to stick with their man, and it leads to an easy pitch and catch.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Cowboys. Yes.
They'll run here with Benson. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On 1st and 10, here is Dart. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Nike, 19. Cowboy 80. Cougar 19.
Now the former Pitt Panther, Israel Abanaconda. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Moving left, the blitz gets there, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession. So, 4th down, and Ryan Wright on to punt it away. McCaffrey gonna return it. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On third down, it's Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. Still on the move. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
6-yard gain on the play.
A big-time play for the Niners. 56 yards.
First and 10.
First and 10.
21-yard line.
Get set, get set. On 18, watch out. 53.
Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Tackle made by Bobby Okereke. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2.
Yellow. Outside. Back around top. Yellow.
To throw, it's Purdy. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Kyle Juszczyk, touchdown San Francisco.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Giants 5. Kaimi Fairbairn.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. He'll grab it at the 12. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Benson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Giants first down.
On first down, Dart will get this into the hands of Neighbors. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Dart. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
2nd and 10.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 79 Bronco. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
Throwing again, Dart. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
79, Dragon 60. Check go.
To the air once more is Dart. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
To the air again goes Dart, and he's in. Darius Slayton, touchdown, New York. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Yellow. Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
First and 10 for Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a third, so good decision. Just throw it away.
Outside. 19.
Pearsall, the man in motion. Purdy now on second down. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
18. Watch out.
On the carry, it's Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
18. Watch out.
Purdy now on second down. That's dropped off for Pacheco. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Third and short. Picked off by Dane Belton. And the Giants are going to get the ball to start the second quarter as time expires here in the first. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. On the ground, Benson begins the fourth quarter. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
No, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Moving outside the pocket, he'll tuck it and take off.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right. but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
They'll run. Here's Benson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
It's a loss of 2.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line. And next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
To the air on second down. Dart. He's going to keep it himself.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the goal line and in. Elijah Higgins. Touchdown, New York. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
Go straight. Motion, motion, motion. Say, hey. Tracking 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Check up.
Out of the shotgun. It's done. That's incomplete. Oh, they were going for the conversion to get this thing even. Instead, it will remain a two-point game. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Up the sideline, past midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A gain of 17 yards.
That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Watkins motioning over. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get set. Get set. Right up.
Throwing is Purdy. He's got it inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Ricky Pearsall. Touchdown. 49ers. Fairbairn able to add the extra point. And the 49ers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
To throw, it's Dart on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
3.
Third and short. Here's Dart out to his right. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
Gain of 47 on the play. And the Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
79 Bronco.
Dart gonna throw it again. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And he's going to be very close to the 1st down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9. Now 2nd and inches.
Set up. Lightning 18. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Giants.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Giants 26.
A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
A handoff to Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, 49ers.
1st down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
At the 2-yard line.
Get set. Get set. 18. What's up?
Here's Pacheco. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. Get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal.
Outside. 18. What's up?
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. One more time with Pacheco. A second effort, and he is in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, San Francisco.
49ers.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Niners 35, Giants 26.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Here comes a return from the 3. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here is 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18, run, reach, Cougar,
Operating from the gun, it's Dart. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He'll come up now for 2nd down.
18, go, 18, Blair, Blair.
On play action, it is Dart. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. And he's going to be brought